Sub-Zero's Fest and... Dunyarzad. Did you save her? It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about... Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's alright. After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a...
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said Bora.
Yeah! So you do know! We've been wanting to ask you...
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events...
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret.
King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him.
Okay, so what does the message mean?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why...
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, but even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about...
The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like... No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's. To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to...
How did you do that? Poor Catherine.
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, at that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her power.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't...
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, and I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the academia is also more
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough. Got it! I hope it... To be honest... Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about this.
Go and get some...
What a relief!
Traveler? Hi.
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought...
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine.
We spent quite some time in Sumeru City. Ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali,